Hey everyone, welcome back. Did you know something like 70% of those top performing salespeople, they're not even looking for new jobs.
It's crazy, right?
The big pool of talent out there,
Yeah.
but most companies miss out.
Totally. Think about it. The best salespeople are busy crushing it in their current
This
roles.
makes sense. They're focused on hitting quotas and building their careers.
Yeah, they're not exactly spending their days scrolling through job boards.
So today we're going deep on how the sales experts land these all-stars.
Exactly. We're going to uncover their secrets so you can snag A players for your teams.
Perfect. So first things first, what makes these headhunters different?
Well, one thing's for sure, they don't rely on those typical job postings.
So where do they find these people then?
They spend years, building these deep networks, like through alumni associations, industry events,
I see.
and, those sort of exclusive groups where all the sales leaders hang out.
Those are hard to get into, right?
Yeah, and they start building these relationships way before there's even a job opening.
So it's a long game.
It really is. And then there's LinkedIn, which so many people get wrong.
What do you mean?
They think it's just for posting jobs. But savvy headhunters, they use it for research, strategic outreach, the whole 9 yards.
So how does that work?
Well, they use these advanced search techniques, stuff like Boolean operators, filtered searches, all that.
Okay, starting to sound a little techie.
It is. And the point is, they pinpoint candidates with laser focus.
So it's not just glancing at resumes.
No way. They're digging into recommendations, looking at how candidates engage online.
So they're seeing how they talk about the industry and what their career path looks like.
Exactly. It's about getting a holistic view. But finding the right people, that's just the beginning.
What do you mean?
For the sales experts, the key is building trust.
Okay, and how do they do that?
They become trusted advisors, offering advice and insights even when there's no immediate job.
So they help people with their careers without expecting anything back.
Right. Top salespeople get tons of opportunities thrown at them constantly. What makes you stand out is showing genuine interest and offering value beyond a job offer.
I see. So it's about being a partner in their career,
Yeah,
not just a recruiter.
100%. And that brings us to understanding your company's unique needs.
Because every company's different, right?
Exactly. The sales experts don't just look at skills on paper. They dive deep into your company culture.
So they look at the team dynamics, the demands of the role.
It's not just about finding someone who can sell. It's about finding that perfect fit
Someone who'll thrive in your specific environment.
and contribute to your overall sales success.
Makes sense. You don't want just anyone. You want the right person.
Right. And that's why they get rid of those boring, generic job descriptions.
Yeah, those are the worst.
Instead, they craft these compelling narratives highlighting company culture.
Oh, so they talk about the exciting growth opportunities.
They emphasize the impact the role will have on the business.
So it's kind of like they're selling the opportunity.
You got it. You have to create that excitement and purpose. Top salespeople, they're driven by more than just money.
They want to be part of something bigger.
They want to know their work matters.
Makes perfect sense.
That's what gets them hooked. And once you've got these amazing candidates interested, what happens then?
Yeah, what's next?
Well, the sales experts don't just skim those resumes. They have a super rigorous screening process.
Oh, wow. So it goes way beyond the surface.
Definitely. They use in-depth interviews, personality tests, and really thorough reference checks.
They do all of that. So tell me about the assessments. What kind of insights are they getting from that?
It's not just about personality. The right assessments, they can show you a candidate's sales aptitude.
Okay, so how they handle pressure.
Exactly. And their communication style, their leadership potential. We're talking about things like cognitive ability tests.
Those are the ones where they make you solve puzzles and stuff.
Yeah, those. And then situational judgment tests, even AI platforms that analyze, language patterns to predict sales performance.
Wow, so they're using data and insights to make these decisions, not just going on gut feelings.
That's the key. The best headhunters are data-driven. They know that a bad hire can cost a company a ton of money.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So they're using everything they can to make the right call.
100%. What about those reference checks? Those still matter.
I was wondering about that too, because it seems like everyone can kind of create the perfect online image these days.
Totally, but reference checks are more important than ever, talking to their old managers, their colleagues.
You learn a lot about their work ethic, how they handle things.
Exactly. Skilled headhunters, they know how to ask the right questions, to go beyond just, would you rehire this person?
Yeah, because everyone's going to say yes to that, right?
Right. You got to read between the lines. And then once you've found that rock star, it's negotiation time.
That's got to be a whole other challenge, right?
Oh, yeah, especially with top talent, people who know their worth.
They're not going to settle for just anything.
Exactly. This is where a skilled headhunter really shines. They're like expert negotiators, making sure everyone feels good about the deal.
It's a delicate balance, for sure. You want the candidate to feel valued, but the company needs to be happy with their investment too.
Exactly. Transparency and communication are key. The negotiator makes sure both sides understand what the other one needs and expects.
I see. So it's not just about closing the deal, it's about setting everyone up for success.
Exactly. You're building a foundation for a good long-term relationship. So, thinking about all of this, what are the key takeaways for our listeners?
Yeah, what should they remember when they're trying to recruit top sales talent?
Well, first off, remember, the best salespeople, they're probably not out there actively searching. You got to be proactive.
Okay, so ditch those job boards and start building those relationships.
Exactly. Network like crazy. Become a LinkedIn pro and position yourself as a trusted advisor.
And don't be afraid to use those assessments and really dig deep in those reference checks.
Right. Data and insights, those are your best friends. And when it's time to negotiate, remember, it's about working together, finding that win-win solution.
All right, this has been so insightful. But before we wrap up completely, I got to ask, for those who are serious about upping their game, what's one thing they can do right now?
I'd say the most impactful thing you can do today is to really identify those hidden talent pools in your industry.
So, figure out where those A players are hanging out besides LinkedIn.
Exactly. Think about those professional groups, online communities, even industry events.
And then what? Just start showing up?
Yeah, but don't just lurk, Engage with people, share your insights, join the conversations, and let people see your expertise.
So it's about being present and building that reputation.
Exactly. Remember, you're not just looking for someone to fill a job.
Right. You want someone who's a good fit for your company.
Someone who shares your values, your vision.
And will stick around for a while.
Exactly. And building these relationships, it takes time and effort.
But it's worth it, right?
It is. When you've established yourself as someone they can trust, top salespeople, they'll reach out when they're ready for a new challenge.
That's smart. I think a lot of people forget about that long game.
They get so focused on filling that immediate need that they miss out on building those long-term relationships.
That makes sense. So we've covered a lot today. Anything else our listeners should keep in mind?
Yeah, one last thing. Remember, recruiting and sales, it's about more than just filling those empty spots.
Okay, so what else is it about?
It's about building that amazing sales culture.
Right, so people want to work there.
Attracting talent that fits your company's values.
So you can build a team that will just crush it.
Exactly. Creating a team that drives those long-term sales successes.
So it's not just about fixing things in the moment.
You got to think big picture.
Invest in the right people. Create an environment where they can thrive.
You do that, and your company will be set up for success for years to come.
This has been awesome. I think our listeners are going to get so much out of this deep dive.
Definitely. Just remember, talent, that's your most valuable asset in sales.
Couldn't agree more.
So invest in building a solid recruitment process, and you'll reap the rewards for years to come.
Such a good point. Well, this has been an incredibly insightful deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
We hope you learned a lot about sales recruiting. And remember, the best salespeople are out there. You just got to know where to find them.